guys, what's going on? John here, the Supplement Advisor. So here today with a review, this time on the brand new and potent PNS Predator XTREME. So a big thank you to PNS for making this happen. I really do appreciate it. Now guys, I have reviewed the old Predator and I really did enjoy it. There are a few differences between the normal Predator and the Predator XTREME. Now obviously this is just more straightforward, hard-hitting pre-workout, which I definitely did love. But let's actually delve deep into this actual profile of the brand new Predator XTREME right here, right now. So firstly, with this container, 20 servings, and this actually retails for very, very awesome 400 Rand, which is a great price considering how this actually works and the ingredients that are used here. This is definitely not something you'll find in your disc game. This is definitely not something that you're going to stumble upon in the game or anything like that. This is a proper hard-hitting pre-workout. So anyways, let's get into it. So firstly, per scoop you're going to get 12.5 grams, which is an okay dose. It's alright, but we have to consider what this pre-workout is. This is a hardcore pre-workout, and with hardcore pre-workouts, normally it means a lot of stims in the mix, and this is no exception right here. So firstly, L-citrulline, 4 grams. That is a decent dose because it is just plain pure L-citrulline. This is a malate to help with performance and pumps. And then we got your creatine hydrochloride at 2.5 grams, so obviously elevates performance and strength. And then we got your beta alanine at 2 grams, a little under, but then again guys, 2 grams better than I think you actually do feel this. And beta alanine helps with performance recovery too. And then we got your arginine at 2 grams. This works very synergistically with your citrulline to help produce more nitric oxide, which will give you a better pump. So that's basically your performance matrix there done. Next up we get to the really good part here, which I really do enjoy. Not for everyone because it does it really hard. So obviously if you're a stim junkie, you're gonna like this a lot. You got your Neuro Energy and Cognitive blend being your tricaffeine Infinity blend, 400 milligrams. So 400 milligrams of caffeine. Again, not exactly too sure what form they are using, but I do assume maybe they are using Infinity, maybe. So that's 400 milligrams, a hard-hitting dose, 100%. Next up we got your bitter orange extract, a whopping 600 milligrams, but I think the standardization is quite low, hence why there is a lot of bitter orange extract used. So 600 milligrams there, again not too sure what percentage. Then you got your 1.3 dimeth being 20 milligram dose, so that's obviously it's quite a good dose. I think 150 milligrams is also probably the high end that we're going to see for efficaciousness. But 90 milligram dose combined with the 400 milligrams of caffeine, since they work synergistically, and also the bitter orange extract, which obviously helps with your fat burning properties and also helps boost energy. It's obviously going to work very synergistically together, so it doesn't have to be 150 milligrams on the dot. But this stuff really works hard. This stuff really works. So there is something definitely happening here synergistically that really does make this hit really hard. Next up, you got your himbine hydrochloride at 30 milligrams. Now, I assume obviously this is a 1% standardization, so 3 milligrams. And your himbine, again, works nicely with all the other stimulants in the mix, and also helps with fat burning, energy, and also with your cognitive function too. So, guys, that is it when it comes to the ingredient profile of the PNS Predator XTREME. It's quite a straightforward blend. There's not way too much happening in here. And as I said, like some of the compounds can be slightly higher, but then again, it's all about how it works. But next up, we're going to get to the taste. This is wild watermelon pine, and guys, honestly speaking, when it comes to flavoring systems and flavoring just in general, these guys are literally one of the best in the world. When I say in the world, I mean from all the pre-workouts I've tried and all the brands I've tried, they are one of the best. They're one of the kingpins and masters when it comes to flavoring. It always tastes very good, and it always kind of hides the fact that their stuff really works hardcorely, because more often than not, the hardcore pre-workouts do taste a bit trashy, but when it comes to theirs, it's clean, it's crisp. There's always whatever flavor they say you're going to get, you actually get, and I like it. And I think that's something they pride themselves on, and something that really makes them separate from the rest, is that their stuff actually tastes amazing, plus it works like superiorly well. So this wild watermelon pine does definitely have a nice pine taste to it with a watermelon twist, and it is really refreshing. I'm not gonna lie, I would prefer it to be slightly sweeter, but it does have like a nice tang to it, which really propels it taste wise. So for me, the taste test gets a resounding 8.5 out of 10. As I said, this was just a bit sweeter to me, they'll be right down my alley. But again, a really good score for a hardcore pre-workout. Now guys, everything said and done, but we know factually that it doesn't really matter what's on the label. Literally, they can say all of this, but then when you use it, it might not work at all. So I must also say this with caution. Everyone is different. Maybe to me this thing hits lacquer, maybe to you it doesn't hit at all. I don't know. You know, the only one way to find out is to actually try it yourself. But from my review and my standpoint, this stuff is really, really awesome. And that's why I want to say, guys, it's just that, you know, for 400 bucks, I mean, you know what I mean, literally, the stuff is banging. Most profound effects I noticed on this is definitely the thermogenic effect. You are sweating your balls off, and it is a great effect because you're pushing in the gym and you are pushing hard. Now, I would say this, there is a bit of drawbacks which I will get into, but when it comes to like really hard hitting energy, that actually lasts the first part of the duration, because with most pre-workouts that are hard hitting, you do kind of get like a fall off, you know, near the end of the workout. But with this, I felt like a nice prolonged energy that's hard hitting, that makes you sweat your balls off without losing any kind of pump whatsoever. The pumps are great, the pumps are there, they are apparent, which I do like, because as I said, most hardcore pre-workout, you know, pump factor can always be, you know, just a bit better. But when it comes to this, as I said, the way that they have this planned out is really unique, and I like it, because obviously most brands forget that although L-arginine by itself is a bit trashy, once combined with L-citrulline, does have a synergistic effect, obviously boost nitric oxide and propel pumps, obviously. So with that being said, the pumps are still there. The only thing I could say can actually be better is that focus could be elevated. There's no direct cognitive compounds in the mix, like your tyrosine, any form of choline, nothing like that, even your huperzine, not there. But I think it can really be even that notch up if those two compounds, the tyrosine and choline, were added, even in a smaller dose, because it would obviously work very synergistically with the stims that are used in the mix. But even without it, there is a really good euphoria felt with this, and you do really feel like you're beasting in the gym. That's what I actually do like a lot about this. There's a really good aggression and euphoria with this, which I really do like. This is really reminiscent of like hardcore pre-workouts back in the day, because it's straightforward. You take it, you get the job done, and unlike most pre-workouts back in the day, hardcore ones, this one actually tastes really nice as well. So there is a bit of a drawback with this. I don't recommend using this every day. After the workout was done, even like nearing the end, there was a bit of like hard pulps, you know, felt a bit pulpy. But you know, that also is dependent on what other caffeine sources you're using throughout the day. With this, if you can avoid any other stimulants, for me, I always ordered my 1 cup of coffee, but there were some times where I tried the double cup and then have this, and yeah, I would feel a bit pulpy. But then again, I think it's also down to the user. You can't really blame the pre-workout if you're going to use 10 other sources of caffeine, you know what I mean? So I just felt a bit of that. Even when there were times when I use a cup of coffee, it does make you feel a little bit pulpy here and there. But other than that, as I said, I recommend using this at least like maybe once or twice a week on the days where you really do need it, on the major body parts, like maybe a Monday, maybe a Thursday, you know, the cycle split. So maybe on those days you use it, but not every single day. And also remember, if you use this kind of product every single day, you're not going to feel it as effective as you did when you first actually use it. So that's very important when it comes to your hardcore pre-workouts. Always have like a cycle there, or else it's just not going to feel the same, and you are obviously going to run into some negatives. So with that all being said, guys, this is really a great product. I absolutely love it. As I said, there are a few things that can be elevated, focus, maybe slightly a bit more pump, and also maybe a bit more descriptiveness when it comes to the caffeine, and obviously the bitter orange extract percentage used, and even the yohimbine hydrochloride percentage used. But then again, you can kind of guess what it is. But with that being said, for 20 servings, 400 bucks for a pre-workout that literally stands against international competitors globally, this is definitely one of the best buys you can do. And this is literally the best hardcore local pre-workout you can buy on the market, and especially again, can't get over that price, 400 bucks. It's really good, and this is an answer literally to all those out there spending big ass money on your psychotics, whatever it is. This stuff is better in so many ways, because remember, it doesn't negate your pump, feel great in the gym, you've got that aggression, you've got that focus, you've got that euphoria, and you're sweating your ass off and having a great ass time. And one of the best pre-workouts I've personally used in a long time, and easily South Africa's most hardcore pre-workout of the year. Do not sleep on this. This is brand new, and I cannot wait to try the other flavors, because apparently there are other flavors coming out, and I definitely want to keep this one in my regime because it is that good. So again, a big thank you to George, PNS. Remember to order online, and you can even, if you stay around KZN, visit one of their stores, Pavilion, Alito. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more reviews that will be dropping real soon. Cheers, guys.